Hello, this is the multimedia presentation of interviewing a high school teacher on classroom rules.
Hi, my name is Mike Policroni. I'm a technology teacher at Kempsville High School, and the class that I'm going to discuss is a photography class and the rules that I set forth in my class in order for them to be successful.
All right, can you please describe some of the most important rules that you have in your classroom?
I think one of the most important rules that I have to deal with is safety. I have to teach the kids how important safety is in the classroom. And another thing that I'm concerned about is the way they treat each other. That's very important, and one of my rules is treat each person the way you should want them to treat you.
All right, are there different rules for each area of the class? And if so, can you please explain some of the differences?
Sure, there's different rules for different areas of the classroom. One of the rules that I have to set forth in my class is safety, because I deal with chemicals in photography, and since many of the kids have never worked in this area, they need to know about the chemicals, how they are applied, and how they should be handled. And one of the things that I cover first in my classroom is chemical safety. I go through the importance of handling the chemicals and whether or not they need to wear gloves or safety glasses. I also advise them on how to work in the dark room, since that's a different area and they're dealing with chemicals in a diluted form. All the chemicals that are mixed in my classroom in full strength substance are dealt with by me. I only give the kids a diluted version of the chemicals for their photography development.
All right, and which rule in your classroom do you feel is the most important?
I think that responsibility is one of the biggest rules that I have. They must be responsible for their own actions. They must be responsible for the materials that they use in the classroom. And I really feel that they must be responsible for being able to understand how important it is to use their time wisely and make sure that they are successful.
And what is the one rule that you find that your students have the most trouble following?
I think probably one of the most difficult rules for them to follow is perhaps cleanup. One of the rules that I have is that if you are working in a certain area, you must clean up that area before you leave for the day. And a lot of times kids get so involved in what they're doing they forget cleanup. And that's very important because it sets the tone for the next class. If you came into a classroom and the classroom was messy, you would not want to work there. So one of the things that I make sure that the kids do is clean up after themselves in every area that they work in.
And one is one rule that you find your students always succeed in following?
I think probably one of the best rules that they seem to follow is they try to get into the classroom on time. I have very few tardies in my classroom, and they must be present. They must watch their time out for absences, because being a semester class, one of the rules is 7 absences they lose credit for the course. So I really impress upon them how important it is to be there on time and to be there every day for their education.
All right, thank you very much for your input today.